going on YouTube, Game Feed channel, exclusive at Mage Gaming. I'm Kenneth Cardez here with a little bit of a talk for Dante. So Dante, what questions are you asking me today?
I'm asking you, what are your opinions on this format, and how was your experience at YCS Toronto?
Okay, I'll go with the format discussion before I talk about the tournament. I think this format is probably going to be the most diverse we've had ever. I mean, clearly there's some decks that are automatic go-tos. We see the Dragon Plant variants, the Dragoonity decks that are pretty much the most played right now. But outside of those two decks, I think the format is at a good point where you can pretty much play what you like, and as long as you put some thought and hard work into your deck choices and side deck choices, you'll have good matches. Just as an example, for YCS Toronto, I played Black Wings, the deck I'm probably most known for in New York. And I just sat down, thought about it, and it was like, these are the cards I want to play, this is how I'm going to play it, and that's what I did. So I think it's extremely diverse. I know that because Dragon Plant's won, most people are going to probably be bandwagoning onto that. I personally don't like the deck. I think it has a very slow opening game. I like the Dragoonity deck a lot more, just because you can explode off the first turn and get a field of Stardust, Red Eyes, Darkness Metal, and a Star Eater, and set up with Vanity's Emptiness, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Song of Warning. Just look at your opponent like, okay, what are you going to do? So I think that deck is probably going to be the definite deck to beat, with Dragon Plants underneath it, and then the whole third thing is everything else. As far as YCS Toronto goes, I think it was a really amazing YCS. First YCSs of a new format are always interesting, just to see what people turn to. Seeing Black Wings back on the field was something that I was personally happy for. People playing Fire Fist, people playing Mermails, Constellars, Evil Swarms, Infernities, Agents. The field was just massive. You couldn't really expect one particular matchup over another. That being said, I didn't do too good, I guess. I mean, 5-2-1 is probably nothing to sneeze at, but I didn't make the 128 cutoff because my points were, I guess, too low. But to win 5 matches in a brand new YCS with Black Wings was pretty cool. I played 3 Dragon Plant matchups in the first. I was 3-0. Then played Water and lost. Then played Agents. Then played Infernities and came to a draw and lost to one of the Dragon Plant variants and tied against Infernities. So, yeah, I mean, all in all, it's just a learning experience. I don't get the opportunity to really go to a lot of these events, but when I do, I practice really hard and I study up on everything. And I think that's the best thing to do. A lot of these players have the capability of going to these tournaments all the time, and for us gentlemen with responsibilities, it's a little bit harder. But I think the point is just keeping up with the game and talking to players and keeping on top of trends and studying the format enough to the point where you don't really lose out. But consistently playing is also something that's also really good, even if it's just against friends. We always say that, if you play against friends and you're beating your friends, that doesn't mean anything, but it's important to know how your deck flows, regardless of what you're playing. You could be playing, a kid with a starter deck, but it's good to see what type of hands you do and understand the thought process that goes into the game that you play. And that's why I picked Black Wings, because it was the deck that I know I'm the most comfortable with. I also play Fire Fist. But I went with Black Wings for that format just because I felt that they had a better side deck variety that I could go up to, especially against an unknown format. Plus, I knew that people were going to be playing Dragon Plants, and I like that Bulwark and trample over tokens. But outside of that, I think the game is at a very healthy state for these next 4 months. We have Shadow Specters in November, and then the format changes at the end of December. So, right now it is anyone's game. You have some of the players out there who still do consistently. At this YCS, we saw Patrick Hoban, go up there and made the top. We saw Siraj Sabirian, great player, he made the finals. Dale Bolito, when was the last time we heard the Bolitos at the top? No offense, Dale or Lazaro, but it's been a while since I saw you guys up there in the top 32. I'm glad to see you guys back. But yeah, I think it's a very healthy format. I think creativity is at its highest it's ever been, especially with the TCG exclusive ban list that we received. And I think the game's in a good state, and I'm looking forward to playing more. So if you're looking for me, I'll be at the September 15th regionals at Bulletproof down in Brooklyn, New York.
All right, thank you, Kenneth, and thank you for your time.
You're welcome.